Hello, welcome to my channel. So if you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Anne, and on here I do create faith and life and study in Italy videos. So if this looks to be content you're interested in, please do consider subscribing to the channel, and thank you for doing that.
So today we're about to talk about the regional scholarship for Politecnico di Milano, the Diritto allo Studio Universitario, that is the DSU, as we all know it. So as you guys know, Politecnico di Milano can be found in Lombardy, the Lombardy region in Italy. So if you didn't know, I just had to tell you about that. So let us go to this year's call for application. The call comes with the call itself, and then the announcement also comes with the main deadlines. So we're going to probably take a look at that later. And then let us look at the call for applications for this academic year. So as you can see, first of all, you're going to go to the benefits of the call. So as you can see, competition benefits. It includes the DSU scholarships itself and that of the canteen services, the preferential rate residence service. If you guys know the situation with accommodation in Lombardy, in Milan itself. It's kind of crazy. So like if you intend to kind of like go for residence with them as well, then you also have to make a separate application for that, but then we're going to talk about that later on. Then the other benefit is that of the integration of DSU scholarship to participate in international mobility programs. Then the last is that of the integration of the DSU scholarship for graduated students. Okay, so as you know, we are quickly going to talk about who may apply. So as you can see, it's written here, students that are enrolled in the Politecnico di Milano and they are studying Bachelor of Science program, single cycle Master of Science program, Master of Science beginning either in first or second semester, specialization course, and that of PhD program, if not beneficiaries of scholarships or research fellowships. Yeah, so that is what you also need to take note of. Let us look at the section of the students that may not apply for this regional scholarship. So it says students enrolled in a foreign university who have been admitted to attend courses offered by Politecnico di Milano as part of international exchange programs. Then that of students who hold an Italian or foreign degree at an equal or higher level than the course of studies which the benefit is requested for. So what this means is if you're an international student and probably you're coming to study degree in Italy, but then you already hold a degree, okay, or you're coming to study masters and then you already hold a master's degree, you cannot request for this benefit. Yeah, that's what is written there. So now we're going to talk about the financial requirements. The first section is that of students with assets and income in Italy. We are going to go to the second section, which talks about students with income and assets only abroad or both abroad and in Italy. So you can see here for international students, you do not need the ISEE certification, but what you need is that of the ISEE Parificato, and you need to request for it from the specified CAF offices by the Politecnico di Milano. So you can see, in order to obtain the equivalent ISEE, students must exclusively contact the CAF approved by Politecnico di Milano. No other means is accepted for this purpose. So we can see here that the approved CAF offices can be found on the university website. So when you enter into the call, you can directly click here to know like the offices that you can kind of like request for the ISEE, okay, for this academic year. Then there are deadlines for when you can basically request for the ISEE. You don't have to worry. When you request for the ISEE U Parificato, they're going to get access to it directly. But then what you need to know is you need to request it within the deadline stated. The deadline for requesting for the ISEE is that of August 3rd, 2023. Okay, for students who enroll in first years of all degree programs, including students who enroll in the first year of Master of Science starting from the second semester, as well as those who enroll in the first year of PhD and specialization programs. Let us quickly talk about the foreign students coming from particularly poor countries. You can, as you all know, you just have to go to the Italian embassy and they're going to issue a document which certifies that you are not known to come from a family that is well off. And plus that, they've also stated that a document of self-declaration certifying the composition of the student's family unit overseas. You need both the document that will be issued by the Italian embassy in your home country and also that of your family stats. So next, let us talk about the merit-based requirements, okay, for students enrolled in the first year. So you can see, like it's written here, during the first, like when you come into first year, the first semester, they are going to consider your, like the financial requirement. The consideration of the financial requirement is prioritized, okay. But on the other hand, the merit-based requirements will be taken into consideration later and will determine the confirmation or revocation of the awarded benefit. So, like you can see here, a minimum for students enrolling in the first semester, it is necessary to achieve a minimum of 35 ECTS if enrolled in a study program of the School of Engineering and Architecture. A minimum of 40 ECTS if enrolled in a study program of the School of Design. Okay, so it is like very, very necessary that at least by the end, you can see, in order to get the DSU scholarship confirmed, along with the consequent payment of the second installment, students who receive the scholarship and are enrolled in the first year must achieve a specific number of actual ECTS by August 10th, 2024. So that's like basically a year after you've gotten the scholarship. So the deadline for submitting the application is that of Thursday, August 3rd, 2023. Okay, it's mandatory for you to ensure that you respect this deadline, and the application can be made online, okay, from the reserved area. So after you are kind of like done registering onto the page, you just go to your reserved area and then you start filling application from there. So let us talk about like the situation in which a student can be excluded from the rankings. And it's stated here, students who do not close and send application or who submit an incomplete application. The next, students who do not submit the documentation required by the call or submit it after the deadline or provide false and or irregular documents. Students who do not complete the enrollment in programs at Politecnico di Milano for the academic year 2023-2024 by the deadlines indicated in the academic calendar. So basically, like if you are not yet, pre-enrolled to the university, as at this point, you can still apply for this like scholarship, okay? But then you will be excluded from the rankings if as at that time you have not still confirmed your spot in the university. I hope you guys get it. So what you must take note of, the scholarship is made up of a part paid in cash and a part provided in services, okay, typically canteen services, and for students away from home who have applied for it, the accommodation at reduced rate. So if you want to be considered for accommodation, you need to apply for it. As such, the part of the scholarship paid monetarily will be net of deductions for services. The next thing that you need to take note of is the amount of the scholarship depends on both the student's income bracket and that of their geographic origin. Okay, so what you guys should note is, for this particular scholarship, the exact amount of the DSU scholarship as well as the deductions are defined annually by the regional government of Lombardy by its own resolution, which at the date of publication of this call has not yet been issued. So the money for this particular scholarship has not yet been issued. When they are, you can see these values as well as any increase in the number of scholarship available as a result of any raise in resources will therefore be specified with a supplement to this call for applications, which will be released on the university's website on the following web page. So now let us talk about how the DSU scholarship is paid. So the monetary part of the DSU scholarship is paid net of withholdings for services exclusively by bank transfer. So therefore, to facilitate the correct payment of the scholarship, each student must enter, unless they have already done so, the IBAN code on their online services. So probably after you enter into Italy, you need to get an Italian bank account, and it is from there that they'll be able to pay your scholarship money. Okay, yeah. Let us talk about the canteen services. So students who are assigned or eligible non-assigned recipients of a scholarship for the 2023-2024 academic year have the right to use the canteen services. I'm talking about this because students who receive the scholarship will be charged a flat fee, which will be deducted from the scholarship amount. So even if you do not use the canteen services, you will not be entitled to any refund. The flat rate charged for canteen services for away from home students is that of 5 euros per day, so from Monday to Sunday. Then let us talk about integration of the DSU scholarship to participate in international mobility programs. So if you are assigned to this scholarship, you are eligible to apply for this. So to submit that application must be submitted at the same time as the application for the scholarship itself by selecting the relevant field within the online form referred to in Article 8. So now let us talk about the preferential rate residence service. The competition for the allocation of the preferential rate residence service is open to students who are not resident in a municipality classified as an urban area and from which it is not possible to reach the location of their course within 90 minutes of public transport. The deadlines for applying for preferential rate of residence, what you must know is you must also request for this. So you submit it while submitting the DSU scholarship itself. And then if you're also going for international mobility, you also submit that application. You include it in the form as well. So let us look at the publication of the rankings and request for review. So as you can see, you come down, students enrolled in the first year. This is it, students enrolled in first year. So the provisional ranking will be accessible on the online services from that of the 28th of August 2023. For this category of students, any review request must be submitted by no later than August 31st 2023. So like any other thing you want to add, documents you want to provide and all of that, you can do that by this deadline. Okay, then the review request can only be submitted using the dedicated submit a review request function available on the online service. You can go through the entire call for applications in English, fortunately, so you can go through it so that you check it out for yourself. Let us quickly look at the main deadlines established for this call. Please take note when the supplement call is available. I'm going to communicate it to you guys as well, because it's in that call that we are going to see the amounts that will be given. We are going to see the ISEE bracket and every other thing, yes, as at this point in time. So you can see here, residence services must be submitted by 3rd of August. and that of first year, the scholarship itself must be submitted as well by 3rd of August. So then the request for the review can be done from that of 21st August to 31st August. Then the request for review for the scholarship itself can be done from September 28th to October 9th. But then this is for that of the resident services. Then the final rankings will be available on September 7th. That is for the resident services, and then the final ranking for that of the scholarship itself will be available by the 9th of November. So guys, that is all for this scholarship. So I hope you find value in this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel if you have not, as more and more scholarships are being released in the coming days and in the coming weeks. I'll be updating you guys about it. So please stay tuned to the channel, and please do share the content from this channel to help the channel as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. I wish you guys the very best and happy applying. Bye.